Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another part of Let's Play Warhammer 40k, the Rogue Trader, Astra Militarum Commander. Well, we are currently, this is a late part because I went for a nap last night and then didn't wake up. So, I must have been very tired, that's all I can say. Let me put that over there because I feel like that shouldn't be there, but okay. So who do we have left to talk to? So we need to do those. Oh yeah, we've got to talk to Jay. Or bring Henrix to Kiva Gamma. Okay, so we're literally just in a stage right now. I'm trying to think what we want to do. First things first, I think we should talk to Jay, wherever she is. So let's get our map up whenever I can, because I'm currently using my hand for something, other hand for something else. She is next to good old Opticom. It helped if I, went the right way. I forgot Pascal's up here. Oh, there's Jay.
Allow me to thank you again for helping me with the cargo, Sherin. I am sure the Ashmags who squirreled away my goods won't give up so easily, and I'll hear more about their scheming yet. Let's strike a deal, Sherin. I will watch your back if you do me a favor and watch mine. Well, enough jokes. Is there something you wanted?
What was this business you wish to discuss?
Oh, Sherin, I did manage to spark your interest. Allow me to invite you to a more private place. My words are meant for your ears alone.
Something tells me I'm going to have to do a lot of talking. Damn it. I was hoping there would it would be, I don't have to do the talk myself. But anyway, the flickering light of dozens of candles plays across Jay's face, making her small smile appear even more mysterious. Shireen, the Exalted One himself brought us together the day you crossed Vladim's threshold. He led us to the cargo and gave his blessing for its return. Do you know what people on my world say when such a thing happens? What's gained is to be shared with your neighbor. He points to the containers in front of her. One containing a polished Aldara rifle, a rare model, and the other holds an ornate sword. I am sharing what I gained with you. Please accept these humble gifts in honor of a wildly successful, though suddenly struck friendship. We have Wanderer's Portent. Oh my god, that is a las weapon. Wait, so would I get... Okay, because it's an Aldara weapon, would I get my las proficiency on top of that if I used it? Because I kind of want that, because that looks fucking cool. It only has Deadeye, though. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I kind of want to use that. And we also got Berserker's Glaive. Oh, Bloodseeker's Glaive, sorry, which is a Drukhari weapon. It's also a power weapon. Wow, that is really cool. I truly wondrous gift. I accept it with gratitude. I knew you'd appreciate the Xeno's mystery of their craft. Jay beams at you, curling a lock of her black hair around an augmented finger. So I will say, because out of in character, we haven't really expressed any much interest in Xeno technology, and we've kind of spoken to Pascal and a few others at length about not being overly interested in it. And it's true, we are not overly interested in it, but we're also we're no longer confined to the the thinking of our old life anymore. So Malachi is trying to take a kind of a step towards being, again, still that iconoclastic person who cares more about his people than he does the dogmatic and the heretical views of people. So he's thinking these are weapons, they are gifted, they are going to be useful because they're weapons. At the very least, it's take some interest in them is worth, instead of ignoring them. So it's not that he's overly interested in Xeno heresy, I will say, but Malachi at the very least is starting to lean into the rogue trader's purview of heresy isn't always heresy for him. After a brief pause, she awkwardly continues, "So, the matter I wanted to discuss with you is related to my business. You know that I sell Xeno artifacts to interested Imperial subjects and Imperial trinkets to Xenos. Business is going well. My network runs even without my participation. But when it comes to expansion, well, that's where I hit a wall. Rivals, envious of my success." Jay throws up her hands. "Falco especially. I am certain that theft of cargo was his doing. I can never predict what the Ashmag will do next. And while the Imperium's authority may be fragmented in the Expanse, it could crack down on people of my profession at any moment." "I think I follow. You wish to use me?" "Exalted One, for end. Could such a lowly servant of the Emperor use the radiant bearer of the warrant like some kind of tool? The other way around, however. If the rogue trader put in a good word for me with the servants of the Adeptus Ministratum, I could become an official trade representative for the Imperium. Just imagine it. A little scrap of paper will offer me and my agents protection against Ashmag schemes, far better than any refractor field. And even the Inquisition will have to think twice before they mess with me, because I'll be representative of the law in my own right. And the best part of all this is it will cost you precisely nothing, Shireen. All you have to do is stop by the Administratum Palace and obtain a certificate from the Master of Seals. My informers tell me that the palace is located in Daragonos, your capital world. You see how everything has aligned so wonderfully. And, of course, I will repay you in kind." "How do I benefit from you gaining official status?" "Besides being in receipt of my eternal gratitude, Shireen?" Jay playfully raises the brow. "Won't it be beneficial to have someone in your retinue with the weight of authority behind them, rather than just another pawn? One slip of paper and I will be able to extend my network to systems far beyond footfall. My agents will be your eyes and ears throughout the Expanse." "That sounds simple enough. I'll help you." "Exalted One bless you, Shireen. I couldn't find a better business partner in all the Expanse." Jay ponders for a moment and then graces you with a dazzling smile. "Friendship is a gift from the Exalted One and we must cherish it. And you will have no complaints about our friendship, Shireen. I may not be a trade representative of the Imperium just yet, but I can still help you with whatever you need. You must have some faction in mind that would you like to establish relations with? The Severe Drusians, the hot-headed pirates of the Casablanca. You merely need to use the right word, like a key for a lock, and people will open their hearts to you. All their wallets, I'll arrange everything. You merely have to ask." So you get to choose one of these that we get. I don't actually. Get the Drusians up. The Drusians. No, I'm not. Again, I'm not really bothered about. You know what? The Adeptus Mechanicus, they're the partners I need now. Not a problem, Shireen. I'll have my people put in a good word for you in the right circles. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel toward Daragonos. The Mercatum Tabula officialate. It sounds almost as majestic as the warrant of trade. So yes, I will also say that our position of Xeno artifacts, when it comes to like the Inquisition, is we definitely are still in the kind of the middle of the thing road. Like I said, we are still very much a loyal subject of the Imperium, but at the same time, as Theodora did before us, you can't really complain when you're given free stuff. Does anyone have she has Aldari, so let's put the Aldari chainsword there for a second. I want to see what the sniper looks like. That is a very beautiful weapon. The Aldari chainsword, there you go. And we also got a Drukhari sword, which, there it is. Oh, that is fucking sexy. Wait, can she wield both? I wonder if she's like actually proficient in dual sword use. Because if she is, she's actually a really good person to give this to. Let's level up Jay. Oh, so Jay needs to actually pick what she's got. Well, we're going to put her into a Vanguard, I think. Because an Officer Vanguard would be it'd be a lot different to have than what we've already got. So we want... Until the end of the next turn, the Vanguard gains extra damage and extra arm penetration against enemies in a 2-cell radius. I like that. That's interesting. Better to die for the Emperor doing my... Oh, so it's saying that... Okay, so we can select them. Okay, alright, I see what it's doing. I was going to say, can I get, like, Aldari weapon... So she already has it. Okay, so she can't do what I was hoping she could do. I was hoping she'd get, like, extra... Okay, so let's have a look at these. So, better to die for the Emperor, while under 50% of Imperial World characters get a plus 10%. Okay, that's really good. Maybe there is something like... Why can't I... Can I take... Well, I can't take any of these because we don't have the base. Oh, because that's the advanced one. So, can I get, like, more weapon skill for her? Because she definitely needs it. No, it's bolt or weapon proficiency, Joe. Fucking read. Character... Weapon skill. What ability does she want? Taunting defense, selfless resistance, resilient beacon. Oh, yeah, critical hits do less damage to you. Makes a lot more sense. And now our boy here, the Arch Militant himself. Oh, yeah, let's do Wildfire. I like that. And we'll give you... We'll do Exploit Weakness. I like that. I don't need to think too hard about them, in my opinion. As you can see, there has been some updates. So, obviously, the game has been... The thing, this is what I love about Alcat, is they consistently... And, like, they work on the game so... Like, they don't drop the game for a while. So it's really good of them. Like, they're... Honestly, Alcat's one of my favorite developers, I think, at this point. Let's continue talking to Jay about stuff.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
You don't look like a typical smuggler.
No truer words have ever been said. I'm far more exciting than some small-time peddlers from Footfall. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Jai Amira Fatqin Tamiri Ash Ifrit, the 12th daughter of the Lord of Ifrit, a distant world at the fringes of the Imperium. The youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted to choose what to become and which path to follow. When I learned the Exalted One watches over hundreds of other worlds amidst distant stars, I understood there was an entire world of opportunities beyond Ifrit. All I had to do was break the familial bonds tying me down and escape the planet. Which I did a long time ago.
Why did you choose to come to the Koronus Expanse?
The Koronus Expanse. A gorgeous name, isn't it? But this backwater wasn't my original destination when I escaped, Shireen. Oh no, it was the rumors of incredible freedom that brought me to the Koronus Expanse. Freedom that is generously bestowed upon everyone who can survive in these parts. All doors are open here. You can become a saint, a mogul, a kingmaker, or anyone you like, really. Here, hard work pays off. Unless you're used to lying by the roadside and complaining instead of toiling for the good of your soul, glory, wallet, or whatever floats your boat. I'm used to working hard, and so I found my blessing.
How did you escape from Ifrit?
I convinced my father I personally wished to oversee the inspection of imported goods. I had to get experience so I wouldn't bring shame on our family, didn't I? I made friends with traders, missionaries, and soldiers at the port. I listened to their stories, studied the charts, learned what documents I had to forge to escape the planet. A kind word here, a shiny coin there. And here I am, in the iron belly of a ship, braving the void in search of a new life.
Judging by your implant, you've had quite a few close shaves over the years.
Consider it a mark of my trade. This year, Xenos. Dumb-headed orcs. Who knew that we weren't the only ones to get tempted by the wreck of that raider? As for this treasure, I received it as a reward for a life that had been just a little too good. I was in a hurry to get to the Adeptus Amasacus after the Exalted One blessed me with immense wealth. I was 2 backstreets away from the den when a pathetic ashmag attacked me, envious of somebody else's fortune.
You are familiar with implants like the ones that have replaced Jay's neck. It is merely a part of a massive augmentation replacing the internal organs. A slit throat could not have been the cause for installing such a sophisticated device. Thank you for sharing this.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
I've seen enough of the shiny wrapping of the Koronus Expanse. Tell me about its dark side.
The dark side is the real Koronus Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen?
How do they do things on Footfall?
Dynasties drink with criminals. Rogue traders strike deals with the Casbalica. And dozens of ships stop off for a welcome break from a long voyage. Is there a more beautiful place in the entire Imperium? The Emperor is merciful to the meek and the powerful alike. There's a job for everyone as long as they have a head on their shoulders. And if you feel like talking to him in person, the statue of the Exalted One can be seen from any asteroid. You can pray to your heart's content.
Tell me about the Casablanca mission.
An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Koronus Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum. Every third person on Footfall is a Casbalican. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Casbalican can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Casbalica is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case...
Okay. Scum, rotten filth, rat. It's almost as if Jay's mask briefly slips as she started using words that have no place in the vocabulary of someone from the upper strata of the Imperium. Are you one of the Casbalica's robber barons?
What gave you such an outrageous idea? Was it my immaculate garment? My gorgeous jewelry? Do not worry, Shireen. I will let you know once I become a baroness, should the Exalted One will it. Just imagine the strong and fruitful alliance that could be forged between a rogue trader and the mastermind of the Casbalica.
How did you become a Casbalica agent?
It's not hard to do on Footfall. I spent a year working for good old Christo. He was a brave soldier who gave up the ghost in a scuffle with orcs, and then took over his business. Having a good head on your shoulders and keeping the Exalted One in your heart helps to establish new contacts quickly. Eventually, I gathered together a group of honest and loyal people, and it only took a few successful contracts for the Casbalica to take notice. I quickly settled on Footfall and started dispensing my wisdom to my protégés and subordinates. I lost the taste for getting my hands dirty.
Tell me about the coal trade.
It really is simple, Shireen. The Casbalica runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures. Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Casbalican agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Koronus Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Let's change the subject.
Why not? The decision is yours, Shireen.
You tell me about your colourful past, Jay, but I feel like not all of these stories are true.
Listen, Shireen, the giver of happiness and the dearest of my friends. I am who I am. A coal trader, a Casbalican agent, and your partner. We each have a past, and that past is sealed. I'm not prying into your soul, am I? Well, have pity on mine. It has already been gnawed at by the Ajin. And if you don't like the sound of that, we'll just go our separate ways. Deal? All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Tell me about your business in the Koronus Expanse.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people. Having the right connections and making sure the precious goods find their way into the hands of my no less precious customers. My wisdom includes the knowledge of the enemies of humankind, be they Xenos or the lowest scum in the Imperium, as well as the latest knowledge about how much they charge for any particular curio at the footfall market. Not even the most cunning Aji will deceive you as long as I am with you, Shireen. I promise you that. Whatever I have can be yours too, if your unfathomable wealth isn't enough for you already, I mean.
Do you do business with the enemies of humanity?
It has been known to happen. After years of dealing with Xenos, I've learned their customs, and even got a grasp of their language. Except they cringe whenever I start speaking. Arrogant sods. They dislike even our voices, but they never turn away our valuables. Then again, I'm used to seeing sour faces. In this trade, the easily offended go out of business.
Perhaps your knowledge will serve the Von Valancius Protectorate.
I have no doubt you will have to deal with Xenos sooner or later. When that time comes, Shireen, you will thank the Exalted One for sending me to stand at your side.
You have many talents.
Thank you, Shireen. Being able to read and write is chief among them. You may not be aware, but this science is beyond the abilities of billions of the Imperium subjects. And yet they happily keep drudging along in their factories, fungi, and assembly lines. Me? I didn't escape Ifrit to consign myself to such misery. It was literacy that paved my path to copied orders, forged signatures, counterfeited papers. The wonderful things that make the wheels of bureaucracy turn in the right direction.
Are you really that rich?
Compared to the rabble on footfall, perhaps. Compared to you. Be it power or money, I still have a long way to go. I could purchase one of Footfall's asteroids, but not a planet. I could subjugate a few gangs from the shady districts, but not Vladium. And so the answer to your question is no. I do not consider myself rich. I am not rich enough.
You could be sitting back, reaping the fruits of your own works. Why have you chosen to embrace the vicissitudes, that word, of a life aboard a air Voidship?
You're fun to talk. I grew tired of scribing endless contracts and agreements neatly tucked away on Footfall. Well, I did that for how many years? But here, among the stars, you are always balanced on a knife edge. Nothing thrills me more than the tension of a warp jump, or the danger that lurks around every corner on a planet. Footfall was beginning to make me fat and stupid, Shireen. I do not want that.
Jay speaks measuredly, with the right amount of laziness in her voice, but performance cannot conceal a slight tremble in her voice. Whatever Jay is afraid of, that is what drove her off of Footfall. What about your gang that stayed back at Footfall? Do you trust them?
Do I trust the Trickster twins? By the Exalted One, no. The underhanded rogues of Footfall came up with that name for a reason. The tricks of those frenzied ashmags are all about things far more intriguing than the honest and law-abiding subjects of the Imperium can imagine. On the other hand, this is why I am keeping them close. Kor and Tora know who lifted them out of the cesspit proudly called the Shadow Quarters, and who has been feeding that ravenous beast their insatiable lust for lucre. No, they are not going to betray me if only because they know I am now a part of your entourage, Shireen. They're not going to let the biggest pie in the Imperium pass them by without trying to get a slice for themselves.
Tell me about the Xenos of the Koronus Expanse.
Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos in sight. Those Aji are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transform the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels.
Well, let's talk about something else.
I think we've said all there is to say on this topic.
Did you know Theodora von Valantis, my predecessor?
It is difficult not to be aware of the powers that be, especially ones like Lord Captain Theodora. But we never met personally, as the difference between our positions was far too great. Theodora was a mighty ruler, the center of her own universe, and I, a pathetic commoner, was nothing next to her. But you were kind to me, Shireen, and in my eyes that puts you above your esteemed aunt, or whoever she was to you.
You keep using words I don't understand, like calling me Shireen.
The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Koronus Expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly commoners our base passions and desires. Take Agi, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Agi means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmag. It means fool and little brother and blind man who stumbled and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are.
I'll see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
Right, okay, I feel like we've done a lot of talking today, so let's finish off today's session by dealing with this. Okay, so there is a... Wait, what the fuck? Oh, you... Oh, right. Yeah, we haven't actually done anything with these people yet. So let's do some... I don't... You only like... Oh. You like stuff that I don't have yet. So this is better. Class 1 drive is... Don't think I need anything else yet. So I'm gonna... Especially when it comes to the Voidship, we're not gonna worry about anything. I mean, we do have weapons, so we know we're okay on that one. Ah, I can upgrade the hull twice. We've now got a better hull to us. Good. Atonement of the Abyss is only level 1, that's fine. Looks like it has quite a few levels as well, and we've, everyone's got the best posts. I like how I'm not even the fucking Supreme Commander. Shield Master. Oh, Jay's close there. I am better at this, but do we have... Okay. This is the problem, like... You are the best for this. That's fine. You are fine here. You could be replaced, but, like, not easily. You know what? I'm just gonna... Actually, we're gonna have... We'll do this for now. I know it's not the best, but I feel like you here is gonna be better because you have the Arc Augury. Right, so let's do that. Right, what do we want to do? So, let's have a look at the map at the very least before we end this part. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the Von Valantis Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, establishing trade links, all is now the privilege and your burden. Ah, so I can now look at the map of the Koronus Expanse. Okay, so Traversing Systems is fraught with mortal perils. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is way more interesting than I thought. Okay. I have to chart a new route. Oh my god, this is a lot bigger than I was expecting. Okay, good. I was very worried that this was no... I was very worried, but yeah, we got loads to do. You know what? we are going to end this here, and in the next part, we will continue on. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please do follow me on YouTube. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a share. But most importantly, guys, stay safe. Have a great day. Join the channel membership if you're interested, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you guys then.